Well, hello YouTube. Plain old Chuck back again. First off, I want to apologize for the noises today. It's like 9 degrees outside, and the furnace for the garage part here is right beside me here, so it'll be kicking on from time to time. Too cold to go outside. Nice and quiet out there. It's too cold. The other thing is, sometime somehow a bird got into the garage side of the thing here, and Charlie is on a scouting mission down here, tearing through everything, trying to find that bird that keeps flying past him. He can't seem to catch it. So you'll probably hear some rustling and boxes crashing and whatever. And maybe even some dog barking, but that's neither here nor there. Today we're going to try something a little different, and I blame it on Carolina Chris. Chris showed a did a video here a couple weeks ago on a German ration called Erbswurst. I was intrigued by it, so I decided I would try it. Well, I started looking up different things, and has to be like maybe 300 different versions of this Erbswurst, none of which I could get to work. Basically, it's I took some notes just in case. I took some peas that I had dehydrated and ground them up into a flour with milk, and then I put a handful of regular whole dehydrated peas in it, and I don't know if it was maybe a half a cup or so of these dried veggie soup mix that I had bought a while back, and a few bacon pieces and fried them up crisp. Then I used some onion flakes, about I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of onion flakes and some garlic powder, and I think I might even put a little bit of bouillon, chicken bouillon in it, I'm not sure. I was just throwing everything that was in the kitchen in it that was dried. And then I took some ham pieces and dehydrated them. Now I'm not sure how well they'll rehydrate, but we're going to find out. Let me get some fire going here. Yeah. So the purpose of this is, the problem that I had was they've all formed them into these little pellets. You take all these dried ingredients, and I've seen it done in a soup form. I've seen it done in the pellet form. I've seen them put them in the little tin things that tea candles come in. I've seen them press them into sausage links and casings and dry them that way and this and that. But anyhow, you take all these dried ingredients and you add either bacon grease or lard, kind of like a pemmican, and form it into these cubes. Well, I couldn't get mine to form into cubes. Possibly I didn't use enough bacon grease or whatever. I was a little shy about. I used a mixture of lard and bacon grease, and I was a little concerned about using too much. See if we can get. There we got it. Get my little Erbswurst fired up here. Anyhow, the idea is to take this powdered, all this dried, these pucks or whatever that you make, and be able to put them in water and rehydrate them and make a soup. And then they would take some hard tack that they had made and put it in the soup. And anyhow, I'll put a link to Chris's video. You can go watch his. His will probably be a lot more interesting. I'm not sure this will even work, but we're going to give it a shot anyhow. So I'm not sure how much water to put in, how much Erbswurst to put in. I'm not sure of anything. We're going to put about a cup and a half. I don't know. We'll see. Put that on there and get that good and hot. Now it says with the pellets that you make to bust them up first. Well, I couldn't get mine to make pellets, or maybe I did. I just didn't know it. Mine just came out like I even tried dehydrating it after, you know, putting it in, dried it out after, and it didn't work. So it came out somewhat dry. I'm just not sure how long it would last. We're going to try 2 of them. Maybe. Yes, we are. And you're not going to believe this, but I didn't bring a spoon. Yes, I did. Not a real spoon, but it'll do. I just want to bust that up. Hey, it turned green. That's a start. I think that's what we're shooting for. We'll put the ham in now because it may take it a while to rehydrate. Okay, while we're heating that up, and trying not to burn down the place, I'm going to show off. This will probably be my next little venture, and I'm sure you got the little after, what do you call those things for it? And my iron and the pump and a phone call. So that could be exciting. I'm not sure. The bottom is kind of bent up a little bit, so I'll have to test for leaks first. Nah, I'll just go for it. Just make sure I have a bucket handy to put it out. Tell you what, this is looking pretty good. Don't know what it'll taste like, but it's pretty good. But anyhow, that'll be the next little project down the road. My wife's birthday's coming up on the 18th, so maybe I can get that fixed up in time that I can give it to her for a birthday present. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. The other thing I'm going to do after this boils up a little while is make me a cup of coffee. Now, I watched a video the other day of can't think of the name of the channel right now, but I'll put it in the description. Guy's doing a hobo series from like the 30s and such, camping equipment and that. And he showed one thing that kind of interested me, that some of the hobos used to do with their coffee pots. The ones that had the wooden handles and the Bakelite handles and such, was they took a spoon and split the handle and put it up under the thing, so that when you set it on a fire, it would protect the wood or the Bakelite from melting and stuff. Well, since I had this little pot that I use a good bit, and the handle was already busted in a couple of places, I decided that'd be a good candidate to try and put one on there. So I did that. So that's what we'll use for. Oh my! We're in a burl. Big boil, big boil. Surprisingly, I got a simmer out of this. These Optima stoves aren't exactly a great adjustable stove. They're fantastic for boiling water and such, but not much on the simmer side. But this side has simmered down really nice. Everything seems to have rehydrated very well. See if I can get a couple peas out of there. Try them. Let's put it this way, they look really rehydrated really well. They still taste like little marbles. We'll let her go a little bit and I'll bring you back when they soften up some. I'm thinking the whole dehydrated peas weren't a good thing because everything else is rehydrated into a really fairly thick little soup, which I think will be pretty good. The whole peas that I added are still a bit hard. So I'm sure with adequate cooking time they would be fine, but I could see where that would be an extended period of time. They're not bad now. Second tip. I made this the other night, and like everything else I do, I have to try something a little bit different every time I do it. Now, I've made hardtack before and used them for targets, and I even ate some once, believe it or not. This isn't bad. What I did was I put a couple tablespoons of backstrap molasses, mixed it in the dough. I thought it would give it a little bit of a sweet taste. Well, wear safety glasses when you break these. They're not bad. But in a bread like this, I'm not sure sweetness is what you're going for. I think I like it better plain. Plus I put a little too much salt in it, which may be good if you're going to put some in soup and such. But the hint is they also, if you have a couple extra, make an outstanding trivet. Trivet, that's the word I was thinking of. So yeah, that works well. I want to try the soup first before I put any of that in there. We got our coffee and our water on, so we'll set that on. We don't need our spoon protector on this. We have our lantern lit. I really wish I'd have taken the time during that little intermission there while we was waiting for that to cook to go get a proper spoon. This is kind of like eating out of a coal shovel. I don't know how the lighting will be up here. Let me see if I can get up here. Let you see this. You can see that. It has some carrots, and the ham came out really good, and the pea soup part with the flour, with the pea flour, came out really good. We'll see how it tastes. Well, I wouldn't pay for it in a restaurant, but if I was out in the woods, it'd be pretty darn good on a cold day. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good pea soup flavor. The little pieces of ham rehydrated really nice. Two of them little tubes would be plenty for a meal. Probably feed 2 people out of this. Added some sure. I'm into the molasses in the hardtack though. I guess if you like a sweet bread, it may be okay, but I'm not a big fan. Luckily, I brought a backup. Oyster crackers. We'll put some crackers in it. Now you could definitely feed 2 people. Leave my trivet here. Leave my trivet here. Actual Coleman trivet. Made in Canada. Wherever that's at. My Canadian friends will love that. Now that makes for a really pleasant meal. That would be good out in the bush, as they say. So that's it. Coffee's perking. If I can't cut that back a bit, and we'll bring her back when the coffee's done.